Welcome today to the podcast, Bro Science, where there's not much science, but three bros just talking about their perspective on life. And today I'm joined by the ever-present Santiago Severin
Cheers.
and Martin Manila.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, and my name is Xavier. And let's get started on our first juicy topic of today, which is, drum roll, what are your thoughts on pursuing a girl your friend likes? What do we think, fellas?
It's a tough topic. The first thing that comes to mind is it depends. There's so many factors that come into play. Just starting from how long have they been together, or if they've been together before in the first place. Is it someone they've recently started liking? How do you measure the intensity with which they like that person? I think there's so many factors that come into play, but my first gut instinct is I think it's okay. That's my gut instinct. I'm ready to be counter argued on that.
Wow. Okay.
What do you guys
Martin,
think?
what are your thoughts, man?
No, man. I mean, I'm the total opposite to what Santi says. I mean, I also think that there are lots and lots of factors that come into play. But my first gut instinct is that it's usually not okay. Usually friendships end up getting hurt. You stop losing your bond with people. The relationship usually doesn't start as well as it could. It's not like I don't think it's like a solid base to start from a next relation from a friend. I don't know, but yeah, just as Santi said, I mean it's super hard to tell, like because even if they weren't ever together, I don't know if it's your friend and your friend got hurt or he just liked her a lot. I don't know. Will you still just get into her? I don't know. I just think there are many girls in everywhere. Oh, why risking hurting a friend? You know, that's like my.
That's so tough. Like, because you could take the exact opposite thought and you could be like, well, there's so many friends you can have as well. So, like, maybe.
Do you think so?
Well, mate, I don't know. Like, just as much as there's those really good girls that like you could really set something off with, I think there's the same amount of those as friends, those really good friends. So
I have to disagree on that, man.
Really, you think there's less potential for great friends and there's more for girls that you can be with. So you'd rather stay with the friend or like, you know, maintain that relationship as to pursuing the other?
I don't see it in the way of the potential, but friends usually are long based. Like you have a friend, and since he or she is your friend, then it's always your friend, unless something happens. But usually that's the case. And so there are a couple of things. The first one is that as you keep going, friends are harder to make. Like my best friends are the ones that I have from school. I've done more friends after school, of course, but it hasn't been that much friends, you know. Even coming here, living in Spain, I've made friends, but I haven't done that much friends as I have in Chile, and not with the same intensity. So I do think it's harder to make friends when time goes passing by. But and for girls, I think it's kind of the opposite. Like as time goes by, it's usually kind of easier to meet girls. And then the other thing that I was saying about friends to start and most of the time never end. Usually it's kind of the opposite with girls. Girls come and they can be your whole world for a little bit of time, but then as soon as something ends, they're like just vanished from your life most of the time.
Yeah.
So why risking something that could be in most cases forever for something that when or if it breaks, it's just gonna vanish. Like you could argue that you think she's gonna be the one, right? You think she's gonna be your wife, the mother of your children. But even if that's the case, do you still want to live with her, losing that one friend, or risking losing that one friend? I guess it depends on the friend.
Yeah.
It depends on the friend.
Friend, just stuff him off.
Of course, it depends on the friend. If you met the friend the day before, and like, of course, it depends on what kind of friendship you're talking about.
I don't think we're talking that.
I think we're talking about best friends and very strong relationships. I think I agree with you in a lot of things you said. Although for me, it's been the opposite in terms of girls. Like, as time has gone by, I've found it easier to approach girls, but harder for me to like them. So, same with friends. Like, I think that's why you said friends are harder to make, because you know better what you want in a friend with time, so you're more selective. The same way as you're more selective with girls. So for both cases, I would say my case has been that it gets harder and harder. So yeah, I'd have to disagree on that. But in terms of what you said of finally putting into, like, contesting a friendship that's most likely going to last forever for something that's most likely going to end, that's an interesting point. What I would have to add to that is that I think in terms of practicality, like going to the moment in which you and a friend are both looking at the same girl, or wanting to be in a relationship with the same girl, I think there are practical ways to have conversations with that friend, and to reach a point. Of course, this depends on the girl and the friend. To reach a point in which you both agree on, for example, that the one that has better fit with her just has the edge. I mean,
that's so hard, man. Imagine mutually agreeing that.
But I think there is a way that it takes a lot of like a lot of maturity. But
yeah, I think that's a bit of a romanticized scenario, to be quite honest, because I can imagine if both of you really like this girl, let's say, you know, she's smoking hot, right? You both really like her, you know, and she's a good girl, and then like you're both romantically seeing yourself with her. Of course, you're going to think that you're the one that should be with them because of those love goggles. As much as, you know, it would be great to be mature and that kind of stuff. It'd be awesome. But I think that love goggles are really powerful things. But yes, I do agree though. Communication and open and honest communication is generally a fantastic way to navigate scenarios like this.
So would you say I'm still romanticizing if I were to tell you that I see myself as capable of stepping back, if I see that my friend has better affinity with that one person, with that one girl?
But would it be only if you see better affinity, or if you see stronger feelings?
Both. I see affinity as the big, like, scope of things.
Let's say your friend like has a lot of feelings for this girl, but this girl doesn't like your friend back, and you do also like her, and she kind of likes you. Would you make a move?
My gut instinct is yes. After having a conversation with my friend, you know, I think you need to come to terms, and I think that's what I think we get down to friendship values, really, like being able to accept that your friend has strong feelings and she has strong feelings back for him, and stepping aside, I think speaks of good values in terms of friendship.
Yeah, but you're expecting him to do for you what you wouldn't have done for him.
Except I would have, if it had been the other way around.
Yeah.
Or I would like to think that I would step back.
Really? Would you really step back for a girl that you have strong feelings that she does not reciprocate, if your friend also kind of likes her and she also likes him back?
Yeah.
If
But
I've
you have
showed,
strong feeling for her.
Yeah.
if I've shown, if she knows that I have strong feelings for her, and she hasn't showed them back, then yeah, I would step back.
It's time for you to step back anyways, I think. Time for you to move on.
Yeah, but you step back, but it's not like you step back and then that's it. You step back, and now whenever you see your friend who's gonna be with him.
But then what's the other option?
You gotta process those emotions, man. You gotta process that.
What other option is there? Like
I agree that's the most healthy way to deal with it. But I don't think most people would be able to. I'm not sure I would be able to.
So, have we reached a consensus? Is it okay to pursue a girl your friend likes? I think we've gone into a number of situations, very specific situations. Yeah, and the more I think about it, it is very situationally specific. And that's like everything. And I could say that as an answer for everything. So maybe let's try to come to just a general consensus then.
Why do you want to come to a consensus?
I don't know. I'm just trying. Is there? Maybe there's not. Or has any of your guys' opinions changed?
I mean, it's not that they have changed, because I've always agreed, and I still agree that there might be cases where it's okay. Like if you have a friend that's, let's say, mature, but I don't think that's the right word, but let's say a friend that's mature enough to step back because he see that you have also something reciprocate between you and the girl or whatever. I think there are cases and cases. There's people that may be okay with it, people that will probably not be okay with it, and you just have to see. But going to the general, you have friends of all the kinds, right?
Yeah.
And unless you really know how your friend is and how your friend is going to react and how your friend feels about this girl, I rather not risk it.
Okay.
But then aren't you contradicting yourself? Because you said you wouldn't step back for your friend to have that relationship, because then you'd have to keep your feelings inside and it'd be hard to see that person. Isn't that what you said?
Can you repeat?
That you said that you wouldn't you didn't agree with me in that you would step back, or you said that most people wouldn't step back because then that would mean keeping your emotions inside and it being very hard to see your friend with that person. Is that what you said?
I think so, yeah.
So then isn't it the same in what you're proposing, that you shouldn't pursue that girl because you need to consider all friendships and but then aren't you keeping your emotions inside as well? And isn't that the same kind of hard process to deal with?
Yeah, but
and not acting on them.
I see it if I didn't show them first, if I wasn't the first one, or now this is getting into rabbit hole, because now I see it now like a list of priorities. Like if you if you see it first, you have the first priority. I don't know why this is okay though. I'm questioning myself now, but I feel, and my argument behind all I said before, it was, if a friend said that he liked a girl before me, he has the right to be the first one to attempt anything, and I wouldn't get into, because he was the one that was interested first. But now I'm questioning why would that be? Why seeing someone or meeting someone or anything first would matter, Matt, that maybe a connection or a strength of
Maybe that's
feelings?
connected to the fact that like if someone's already with someone, it's not okay to go there. You know, like he's already
Yeah.
started on that relational journey in somewhat, maybe by voicing it or whatever, that it's not okay for you to then jump ahead of the track, you know? Like you're
Yeah.
respecting their opinion, you're respecting their journey now. Like, okay, now I'm a friend here in this scenario, you know, not a pursuer. And then if you start liking, you're kind of a little bit of a snake, you know, I think. But I also have
Yeah, but
another point.
why, man?
I was just saying, because there's this like other notion going on in our mind. When someone is with another person, when your friend is with a girl, you don't go there, you know?
Yeah, I
It's just
know,
an unspoken rule.
I know, but now I'm questioning why.
Why? I don't, it's just bad. You can't say that. It's true. You can't say that. Because they're already happy, they're already engaging in a relationship. It's like,
But you can make her
what's the actual reason?
happier. You could make her happier. I'm just playing the devil's
Advocate. Yeah, I know. I don't know,
Um,
man. Why would you not snake your friend?
it sounds awful.
It is awful.
It sounds awful.
It
But
is
then
awful.
when I think about the why of the why, I just cannot find it.
But it is awful because even if you were to find that one why that explains that it's actually good to go after the girl of your friend, that still causes tremendous sadness and emotions, and it's a process you have to go through with your friend. There needs to be a breakup, so it is an awful thing to go after your girl's friend. I think we can agree on that.
Yeah, I think the answer is cemented in morality, and you can always, with morality, you can always ask why, and there's actually no real answer.
It's like
I think morality is inherently cultural, and that kind of stuff, like sociocultural that. So, you know, you just have to say, okay, morally, is it okay to be cunning? Is it okay to be manipulative and try to get a girl and take her from your friend? And for me, it's not. And that's a cultural thing. And I think that's my why.
Yeah, but I don't know if you followed what I was trying to get to, that a friend being with a girl, like in a relationship, from my and my friend's perspective, is not that different from my friend only being interested in a girl and only having feelings for the girl.
Yeah, okay, right. So you're saying, why is it not that different?
So yeah, why might be okay to go after a girl that my friend likes but doesn't have a relationship with, and would not be okay to go after a girl that I like, that he likes, but he does have a relationship with.
Yeah, but it seems to be breaking the same moral laws, I guess, for me. Like if someone's told you they've liked them, they're starting that relational journey, and now you're like, well, hold on, I'll put myself first here. I think I'd be better. I think, and that to me, it's not what a good friend does. Like to me, what a good friend is they love their friend, they care for them. You know, I want you to be happy, you go be happy. And like you've already started this. Whereas if I started, it's like, well, I've already started my journey. What? You're not really being a good friend to me. That's a moral thing.
Man, I agree with you so much.
Yeah.
Same. Although I have a bit of an idea that if we agree on, it kind of abolishes your thought process, or actually no, it supports it. I was completely confused. Do you guys think, bros of my heart, do you bros think that there's always someone better for you, and therefore
define
that
better.
therefore that defeats the purpose of going after your friend's friend or girlfriend? Because from my experience or my whole life, I've always thought there's no way there's I don't believe in soulmates. So isn't that a good argument for not going after your friend's friend?
Your
Do you know
friend's
what I mean?
girl. Yeah.
I'm not following the connection.
No, I get it.
As
I
in
get
you'll
it.
be able to
Yeah.
find someone better than your friend's girlfriend on your trip to Argentina, for example. Like
I can't wait to come to Argentina.
I know, man. That's why I give you that example, but
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Um,
okay, but
I think if you don't believe in soulmates,
no,
then that's
you lost me there.
sort of an idea
I
that
think what Santi's
supports.
saying, just can I clarify? Can I try and clarify?
No,
Yeah, of course.
I understand now.
Oh, you understand? What? How did you just get it?
Argentina, man.
No,
Just
Argentina, bro.
dropped, bro.
No, but
Argentina.
you can clarify just in case.
Oh,
Go ahead.
I don't know. It's yeah. So essentially, I think in roundabout ways, let's say you're going for the same girl as your friend. You might think that or be under the impression that she's the one for you, you know, and that's why you're fighting so hard for her. But really, if you believe that there's not just one girl and there's always something else out there or better for you, then really that option is not the only one you can pursue. You can maintain your friendship and go for another girl and have everything, you know? Why be tripped up on the one?
Okay, I agree with everything. I think though that goes against your case, Santi. Of that about that it's
Yes,
okay.
absolutely
Okay.
it does.
Okay,
Absolutely
but
it does.
I have another objection because you said
Wait, so
if
now
you don't believe in
that
soulmates.
objection goes to support my case in that
No, it doesn't. It's just I don't like your argument.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see.
Just don't like what you're saying, man.
You
Okay.
said you agree completely, but now you really don't like that argument, apparently. Go ahead.
You said that if you don't believe in soulmates, then you believe that there's always someone better for you.
Yeah,
That's correct. And
I know what you're gonna say.
I understand where you come from, and I can understand it. I cannot feel it, because if you live under that premise, there's always something better for you. There's
I
always
knew you'd
someone
say
better
that.
for you. There's always a place better, a time better. So
I knew, yeah. I
there's
knew you'd say that.
how can you
So,
live with that?
I knew you'd say that, but in this case in particular, your friendship is in jeopardy. So if there's any time to think that way, it's right then. You know, it's
Okay.
when your friendships is jeopardized, you want to think that it's not the end of the world if you can't be with your friend's girlfriend, but instead think that, hey, there is, because being objective, I know it's hard to think of it, and you can't live thinking that there's always something better all the time. But being objective,
Yeah.
there is a better partner for you, or that's what I believe at least. So when your friendship is being jeopardized, I think that's the time to think.
I think that's a very healthy thought to think in that scenario. I agree. And Martin,
I just would rephrase it.
No, I think you're also right. Actually, there's always something better, and that can lead to unsatisfaction in life. But I think it's actually a true principle that there's probably always something better. There's always something greater, you know, to someone else or whatever. Really,
that's good.
But, you know, even if there's something greater, you have to decide in your own self whether you're going to settle with what you've got or you're going to pursue more, you know, to learn the balance between being satisfied with what you have and being hungry for more. And that's just a life principle in general, I think. Like, why ever settle on the house you've got? You know, like when do you stop fighting for more riches?
Absolutely.
When do you stop fighting for more girls? When do you, you know, like, what's the point? I think learning the balance between being satisfied with the things you have, but also growing for more leads to great satisfaction in life. And I think that's the exact same thing in this scenario.
I love what you're saying. But let me take that house example. If you have 2 children, you need two rooms other than you and your partners, right? So that might be a factor you take in when you're thinking about maybe getting a better house. Why would I get a better house if I already have enough with the house I'm in? So that's when you stop and you realize that's how you settle. Just like a factor for you choosing to pursue more, getting that better house, and the analogy is that your friend is with that person. So you might want to choose to pursue more, and not lose your friend along the way. It's another factor you take into account.
Man, this has really made me think about my perspective on girls, man. This is crazy. I've said it, and this is like, it's almost like I needed to hear this. You know,
Why?
so long I've been like, oh, like I'm trying to find the people I'm trying to settle with, all that kind of stuff. I'm like, wait, am I even ready to settle, or do I want more? You know, what? Oh, good man.
As you grow, you.
Okay, Xavi, hold on the point. I just want to close what Santi was saying. I would just rephrase it. I do agree. I do agree that's a good mindset to have in that situation. But I would change it from there's always someone better to for sure there's someone better than the girl that my friend likes, you know? So it's not like there's always someone better, because that's like unsettling, but for sure there's someone better for me than the girl that my friend likes. That would be like my statement.
I disagree with you, bro. I think there's always someone better, man. I think you have to be comfortable with that unsettling fact. I think that's how you perceive it. Like you have to be totally aware that there's always something more. I don't like better, because better is a perspective. I think there's always something more. From your perspective, is that what
isn't more also a perspective?
No, I think more is more. So like, you know, that a bigger house is a bigger house, full stop.
Yeah, but like, how do you say a girl is more than another?
No, but
I know what you're getting to, Charlie. I mean,
do you know what I'm getting at? Like there's always a girl with bigger boobs out there. Like, let's just, you know, like there's always a girl that's nicer, or there's always a girl that's more giving, or like, you know, more entrepreneurial, or whatever you want in a woman, right? There's always more. That's my perspective. But like, is that better? And better is only determined by if you're willing to settle or if you want more. That's it. You know? So you have to determine. And in this scenario, what Santi, I think, is saying is, no, let's go for better. Let's have that perspective now. And then when you're ready, you'll be like, okay, now I want to settle. You know? Yeah.
I don't agree. Because I think, especially in love, if you want to settle, like I think love is about settling for not the best. You know, there's something better, someone that will fit you better for sure, but you just settle. You just love that person with all their flaws.
Yeah.
No, but because you know, there's someone that could have an attitude better towards what you like. That's physically more beautiful towards what you like, that has everything better in what you like, but you still love that person because she's she.
But that's kind of what I'm saying, is like, there's a point where you just settle and you accept someone for everything that they are. Like, but like remember the scenario. There's the girl that your friend likes and she likes him. You like them, but you should, I think, in that point, instead of going into the settling for love zone, you should go into the no, I want better zone. Okay. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in emotional like pain.
I agree.
You need to move from that.
I agree with that.
Wow.
I don't see how we disagree.
I think we've all agreed. I've changed my perspective. My gut instinct isn't the same, but there's still always other factors that come in. I think this is a good thought process, in that if it ever happens to me, like I would now gauge the situation while thinking this, like, do I want to pursue that better, But then again, the intensity with how much you love that person, or the flaws you see in the relationship with your friend and her, those could always be other factors that make you act differently. But I think we've found one factor or one thought process that can help with managing a situation like this one.
That's
and
great.
not going for your girlfriend. I've learned something today.
So what's the thought process that you just said something?
The thought process would be, if I'm ever faced with this situation, think, what do I want to pursue that better? That's undoubtedly out there. Because objectively it is. And then that can be a way to, yeah, man. There's no. I thought we just agreed on that, bro.
We just agreed, and we've only got a minute 47 left, so we're not going to disagree now. We're gonna settle with our argument. We can't get any better. That's it. I'm happy. I'm in love.
At one point, all three of us agreed. Let's. That's the bro science. That's the bro science of this.
That's
clip.
bro science.
That's the bro science in this clip, and I'd love to hear what people have to say about this.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for listening in. If you have any comments, questions, queries, just leave that below, and let's get G'd up for next week in bro science. Thanks, Santi, and thanks, Martin.
Much love.
Thank you. See you later.